Contractor installs bulletproof shelters in Alabama elementary school. I want it in every classroom. Now, this is incredibly cool. All right, Coleman, Alabama. An elementary school in Alabama has installed a bulletproof safe rooms in 2 classrooms to protect students in the event of an active shooter. The rooms were installed at West Elementary School in Coleman, Alabama, in late February as part of a pilot program. Since then, another school shooter killed 3 children and 3 adults in the private school in Nashville. Quote, I want this in every classroom in the United States, Kevin Thomas told Fox News. It's needed more and more every day. Brilliant. The shelters are 8 by 8 foot rooms. Whoa. That seems claustrophobic to me. Okay. We'll continue with the story, then we'll deal with this. All right. 8 by 8 foot rooms built with ballistic material that can stop any bullet that has been used in a school shooting to date. Well, hi, I'm Superman, and I'm impervious to kryptonite, and I'm vulnerable to kryptonite. Oh, let's go find that kryptonite. Dry erase material. Listen to this. Dry erase material is used on the outside so the room can blend into the classroom. It can double as a whiteboard. It's designed to fold out. It folds out to an 8 by 8 foot space, that bulletproof material, but it's also got a whiteboard on the outside so it can double as a whiteboard. Pretty cool, huh? Brilliant idea. Thomas said he started working with the idea after a conversation with his wife after 21 people, including 19 children, were killed at an elementary school at Uvalde, Texas, last May. Thomas works in construction, and his wife asked him to build something that could save lives. Asked him? Listen, I know you're good with materials. I know you can build stuff. You're going to build stuff that saves lives. You're going to do something meaningful with your life, damn it. And he's like, I chose wisely. What a great wife. All right, seeing people in Texas and the parents going, don't let this be for nothing. Remember us. Wow, this is powerful. And with that, I could say we heard them loud and clear, Thomas said. After 25 years of standing by, hoping somebody else would do something, we decided it's time for us to do something. That's right, because they've been debating this gun issue for decades now, and a solution doesn't seem to be in sight in that regard. They just continue arguing. It's like one side says we should get rid of all guns, and one side is like, oh, more guns, and whichever side of that you fall on, this guy is working within the environment we actually live in, and that's how you solve problems. Excellent. Let's go on. Let's read this article. The shelter can hold up to 60. Hold on. In an 8 by 8. Hold up to 60 elementary age school children, 45 middle schoolers, 30 high school students. Come on. 8 by 8 foot. 8 by 8 foot. 60? This is a phrase we used in the Navy. Nut to butt. It's nut to butt in there. Holy cow. The shelter is collapsible, can lie against a wall, or it can be set up in a corner as a reading or free time room, or a makeout room in high school. When it's collapsed, it can be pulled out in less than 10 seconds during an emergency. Brilliant design. Quote, maybe we don't stop them, but we can minimize the effectiveness. Exactly. Thomas said, we're not hiding under desks anymore, turning out the lights and closing the door and hiding in a corner. Yeah. Research tells us that buying time saves lives during an unimaginable event of a school shooting. Coleman City School Superintendent Kyle Kalhoff told Fox in a statement. These safe rooms would provide time for school resource officers and other trained first responders to react in a worst-case scenario. Remember, they decided to do this after Uvalde. All right? That way, they have the kids in a bulletproof room while the cops are off trying to find their testicles. All right? Yeah, research says buying us time saves lives. Okay. Kalhoff says he hopes the pilot program in his school district will lead to federal and state funding for every school in America to have these safe rooms. Each shelter costs about $60,000 to install. That's pretty expensive. That's going to be costly. It's pretty expensive. So we need to make sure that all schools have equal opportunity to get these in their schools, not just ones that can fund it themselves, Thomas said. Exactly. These poor schools and poor districts and stuff like that are going to have a harder time. Thomas also emphasizes that he doesn't want the money to come out of the state or federal education budgets, but believes federal funding can be reallocated. He's going to the Capitol Hill later this month to work on legislators on lobbying for the funding. We want to install 1 million in a year. That's our goal. Brilliant. Working in the environment that we have, because every time, something like this happens, people are like, oh, thoughts and prayers. And I think that that's a good thing and everything like that. But it always just degenerates to the gun debate. And then nothing gets done. It stalemates out and fizzles out in the media. It's a stalemate in the media, and then they just move on to something else. But this guy's working in the environment that we live in and has a solution. Now, if you maybe, paid your dumbass teachers, less, maybe you could afford to get more of these things, which would protect them far more than the teachers could. But then I'd have issues as I'd want cameras in those rooms. I just think cameras should be in schoolrooms anyway. I think that people who have children have a right to pull up on their phone a video of their kid in class to see, if they're being bullied, or if they're the teacher's teaching them some crazy communist nonsense. I think that should be available to parents of children who are in public school. That's just me. But I'd also want a camera in this 8x8 foot room that they may pull out to, play patty cake with the kids. Quote Roger Rabbit.